All right, let's just keep this 100. How can you work your direct messages on social media, even if you have severe anxiety that makes you literally like not even want to open your social media? Because all of the notifications, all of those messages, just thinking about having to respond to all those people, you can't even open your app where you open it and then you close it because you know there's so many people that you have to get back to, or there's no one in your inbox. You have anxiety about no one being in your inbox. I know that feeling. I want to help you today with how to get through that anxiety and still work your business in the DMs. One of my mentors told me the person who has the most conversations wins. And so my anxiety was crippling me to the point where I couldn't even get in my direct messages, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. I just couldn't. And then having all of those different platforms and having to work all those platforms, I just felt like I was on this constant like circle and hamster wheel and carousel of never having an empty inbox. And for somebody with severe anxiety, having, 50,000 emails that I have not read, even though it drives me crazy, I still won't go read those 50,000 emails. And having, 30 unread messages, that gives me anxiety and it pushes me off. It makes me not even want to do the work. So I get that feeling. So I had to figure something out. How was I going to discipline myself to actually get through the direct messages without getting into a bad place and not feeling good about what I was doing in my conversations? People can feel that energy, right? Like the last thing I wanted to do was open up my DMs and just respond with scripts to people because I really love the connection piece and getting to know people. But sometimes my anxiety and my introverted self can make others feel intimidated, to be honest. And it's not because I'm trying to be standoffish, it's my anxiety. Have you ever had a friend you text and they don't text you back until like 4 days later? I'm sometimes that friend. And it's not because I don't want to respond, it's because of my crippling anxiety. So I wanted to share with those of you that do suffer with anxiety or suffer with that fear of opening your direct messages. Here's 2 things that I love to do that helps me get out of that state of anxiety and into a state of excitement. So here we go. Ready? Number 1, I throw on my favorite playlist on Spotify, for example, and it's called Feeling Confident AF. I'll make sure to link my favorite Spotify playlist that I have, so you can definitely listen in on it. You can listen to it whenever you want. And what it does is it truly just gets me out of my head. One of the things I learned with my therapist a long time ago was I had to find ways to put myself back in my body. But first I had to come out of my body to calm my body, then get back in it. I had to recognize the anxiety. I had to become aware of that anxiety. And I had to say,
hey, it's okay to have that anxiety. Don't freak out. Everything's going to be okay.
Acknowledge it. And then I could put myself into a different state. So the first thing I love to do is, again, just shake it off, like Taylor Swift says. I love to just put myself in a different state before I open my DMs, before I'm going to respond, so I can put my energy in a place where it's transferring belief onto the people that I'm talking to. The second thing that I absolutely love to do is I love to take a deep breath and watch my mental movie. Why? Watching my mental movie reminds me of why I'm doing this business. Now, some of you are probably like,
I don't know what a mental movie is.
Don't you worry. We're going to have a podcast episode fully on that completely. So stand by. But basically, in a nutshell, a mental movie is my why in video, in pictures of what I want my life to be in 5 years from now with one of my favorite songs. And so I watch that because it gives me a sense of calming. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it takes the state of fear and takes the state of doubt and takes the state of, I don't even know if I can get through these messages, to here's why I said yes. This is why I'm doing this. And people do need me. And in order for my life to change, I have to help others change their lives as well. So if you have crippling anxiety, anytime that you go to your inboxes and you're about to open them, I want you to try these 2 exercises. Come back in the comments, let us know if it worked for you and some other things that you might do to help calm and relax your anxiety before getting on social media. Hope this was helpful. Don't forget to share this with one of your besties and of course, subscribe, follow, and all the freaking cool things. Bye.